Hello there, lovely Virgos. I'm getting a sense of dissatisfaction from you, or like questioning your life, or just feeling like this sense of like meh-ness about things. Your song that came through for you specifically was Coffee and TV by Blur. So give me coffee and TV, holding out your heart to people who don't really care who you are. So yeah, like feeling like a chain store, like just like one of many numbers, and just a bit like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I doing it? Who am I doing it for? You should be doing things for yourself, you know? Yeah, so this kind of questioning energy. Um, I'm also getting this thing. Um, I'll come back to that. So quickly, before I start, the decks that I'm planning on using for you are all by Kim Kranz. It's her kind of collection of 3 Animal Spirit, Tarot and Archetypes decks. So yeah, just I'm kind of winging it a little bit with my readings at the moment, just doing what I'm drawn to do. Now I haven't shuffled them yet, but and also if you notice I'm being a bit clumsy with my hands, I've repainted a couple of nails, so I'm just waiting for them to dry a little bit more. You've got the dolphin and the 9 of cups on the bottom, just when I got them out of the pack, you know, before even shuffling them. So I was really pleased to see these because this is happiness. This is what makes you happy. Learning to ride the waves, inner happiness, not being codependent in any sort of way, being self-reliant in terms of your own happiness, not letting everybody else's BS affect your mood. It's like, it keeps coming through for people. It's learning the difference between your energy and the mood of the room. So a lot of the time we can enter a certain environment, and if people are down or if people are being nitpicky or things are going wrong, it can very quickly affect our mood. We take that on, but that's not actually our energy. It's like an imprint on our own energy. So this is learning, having that self-check-in and being like, no, actually I feel okay, I'm good, I'm quite happy with myself right now, and I'm not going to let everybody else's stuff affect me. That's kind of the energy of these 2 cards. Yeah, doing what you need to being happy, you know, sticking your headphones in, going for a jog to burn off some of that energy that you have, Virgo, or you know, doing what you need to do, getting on with your work, but playing some music and just singing along. I think music could be really important for you, and again I'm going to come back to that in a minute. Raccoon there, the raccoon just sort of says keeping your head down to me, Virgo, to be honest. I'm just going to put them like that so they're easier to grab hold of. And 2 of cups. So yeah, who makes you happy? Who are the people who are on your wavelength? Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be friends, it can be, you know, the people that you spend time with and you feel good after you've been with them, and then learning the difference between the people that you spend time with and you feel bad after you've been with them. Talking about energy and stuff, everyone has, like, the signs are starting to have like an imprint, or certain things like the diamond heart for Libra or the cave for Capricorn. I was reading, I intentionally tried to read the energy of a Virgo this week, and they knew it wasn't like a creepy thing that I was doing without the consent. They knew what I was up to. So and I just got this image of them, like almost like them having this aura, and it was the kind of sparkly blue of the surface of an ocean. So you know, that kind of like aqua or cyan blue. Um, and when it's just when the surface of water is quite calm, and it's just got the tiniest like small tiny ripple to it, but then the sun's shining on it, so it's like sparkling in the sunlight. It was really quite like, it was like a glittery blue, peaceful aura. So maybe you need to do some energy work and figure out, even associating your mood with colours, or it's funny, I'm playing a game at the moment, it's called True Colours. It's a Life is Strange game, and it has that kind of thing about reading auras and stuff, so it's funny that it's coming back through for you. But yeah, I was like, no, your energy's good, your energy's fine, so what's bothering you? So something for you to think about there. Now, in the Archetypes deck, the bottom of the deck was this Aletheia card, which is black and white, this and that are true, the good and the bad, bringing them together, not seeing things in black and white. And Virgo, depending on your full chart, you may have a tendency, Virgo energy has a tendency to be very black and white in the thinking. It's like, this person's good, this person's bad, which is funny because we've been getting quite a few songs like that through. So I may do a separate reading on that. You may be connected to a Libra or a Capricorn, because they've been getting this stuff through of like, I also had like a Tell Me Anything reading about it. It's what makes somebody good, what makes somebody bad. Can good people do bad things? Can bad people do good things? Blurred Lines. It's funny because I pulled a song on it and it was Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke, which is a very controversial song, right? Let's not get into that. But just the title, Blurred Lines. What is good and bad? So you may be oh, my crown chakra is starting to open up. You may be redefining what is good, what is bad. Have you been living by a certain rule book? Does that rule book still suit you? Because we grow and we develop as people, so what worked for us when we were 10 may not work for us when we were 20. What may work for us when we were 20 may not work for us when we're 40, and you know, so on and so on. You know, we change and develop as people. Our character changes over time. So what happens when we need a different set of guidelines? So there's a reassessment of right and wrong, possibly in terms of love and relationships, because you've got this Lovers card here. Now, I was already getting this kind of theme of war through for you. I was going to keep it separately and possibly do it as a Tell Me Anything reading. Basically, the song Don't Look Back in Anger has played twice by Oasis for me this morning. So within, 10 songs that I've listened to, Don't Look Back in Anger has played twice. Now, I feel like it's particularly fitting because we've just had 9/11, which was famously the Twin Tower incident. And there's a lot of controversy about that. It's funny because I was talking to a friend and they were sort of saying that from their point of view, from their where they lived, there was no black and white. Everybody was on the same page with that. Where I think what I was exposed to, there was a lot of controversy, a lot of conspiracy theories about it. And again, there's this thing about different perspectives and perhaps seeing beyond the media at the underlying intentions of the people who are reporting on the events and things like this. It's like going deeper. So, but whatever your perspective is on that, like I'm not here to do a conspiracy theory podcast right now. I'm here to say that things are very rarely simple, and things are often very, very complicated. There's a lot of grey area, and yeah, I was already kind of getting that through. Don't look back in anger. Don't look back in anger for me, again, if we're talking about horrific incidents that happen. I live in Manchester. I've talked about this before. We had the attack on the Ariana Grande concert, and the band Oasis is from Manchester. So when that happened, very, 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 very quickly after that horrific event, you know, we could have been talking about vengeance. We could have been talking about let's go and attack, certain, whoever we see as the people behind it. We didn't do that. We stood together in the street. We had another concert and we sang Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis, and we all got bee tattoos. I don't have one, I don't have tattoos, but a lot of people got bee tattoos, a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know, to say we're in solidarity here, we stand together. It doesn't matter. We're a city where that is multiracial, that has a complicated history, and we all stand together to say we support each other and we love each other, and nothing's going to hurt us. We're not going to look back in anger. We're going to move forward with hope, and we're going to move forward with intentions to make things better for everybody. And there's I'm very, very proud. I'm extremely proud of how Manchester responded to that very horrific incident. Yes, but I'm guessing for you, the message that came through when I saw these two cards, so I already had that one theme, right? I was also getting all's fair in love and war. All's fair in love and war. Black and white, things not being black and white, things being complicated, and love. So, which brings me to Ovid. I'm studied classics. One of my favourite poets is Ovid, and he uses war as a... He basically turned poetry about war on its head and made the same discourse and compared it to love. Love is like warfare. It's a very Ovidian theme if you wanted to go look into that more. So I'm interested to see where this reading goes for you when I actually start to pull cards. What I was also getting for you when I tapped into your energy was this kind of, like, what word did I write down? like resolute. I got the word resolute. It's like you've made up your mind about something. Now it could be a relationship. It could be that you're going to do something that perhaps is seen to be not good, right? Perhaps it just feels like you're very resolute. You've made up your mind. It's like, damn the consequences. That just popped into my head. I know what I have to do and I'm going to do it. But then you've got this underlying sense of like doubt or a niggle or a sense of, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? It's like you're going from resolute to, oh, I don't know, like resolute to anxious. There's also this kind of like watching the clock or watching the time or watching the date. It's like you're waiting for a specific date or time. So we'll see what comes of that. So what do we have? I may just shuffle before we pull cards. Let me just give it a couple of shuffles. What do we have, please, for Virgo energy? What do we have, please, for Virgo energy for Saturday? Got quite a bit already there. Yeah. And the flame, eternal flame. It always gives me immediately eternal flame, the song. Yeah, you've got Eros, flame, the one, the eternal child, the underworld, the dead end, and the cave. All right. This always gives me, I think it's Dua Lipa. I could be the one, be the one, be the one. So what I'm getting immediately is that there is somebody special for you. Now it could be a romantic interest. I'll try and see different ways of reading it, but at the moment it's coming through as a romantic interest, especially with Eros here. It feels like you have a strong attraction to somebody, or you have a flame inside you for somebody. With this eternal child here, you can see there's almost, I don't know if you can see this, there's almost a candle shape here with this sense of burning inside. So perhaps you're burning up inside for a specific person. You want to be with this person. There's a lot of passion there. You think this person might be the one. If it's not a person, it could be something you want to do. It could be like, I really want to change my job. I really want to do this career. I really want to learn this skill. I really want to go to this place. I really want to experience this thing. So if it's, I'm going to read it as a person, but just be aware that it could be just something that you're passionate about. But I feel like you can't speak. I feel like you're either literally being silenced, like you're being blocked, you cannot go towards this is not for you, or you're just burning up inside with it, really getting burning up inside, like you can't speak on this for some reason, and I can ask why. Because you're getting this like this diamond in the mouth. Again, could be connecting with a Libra. Just with Eros, it's kind of Venus energy, and the diamond represents Libra for me. So this silence in this, you can't speak. No, I cannot let the words pass the gates of my mouth. That's again a classical quote. Here as well, this gated mouth, silence, don't speak, keep it all inside. But the cave represents to me, again, it's the Capricorn energy. This represents being in a dark place, perhaps even being depressed or very low mood. It's like being in the darkness, or even being in your own shadow energy, doing shadow work. So the cave, and this silencing, you can see it's two different hands. This is a female's hand and this is a man's hand. So it could be that there's a man who's being silenced by a female. You're not allowed to speak. With the underworld card being here as well, it came through. Maybe you've got a Capricorn placement in your chart. Maybe go and look up your full birth chart. You can go and click on that in the description box underneath. But it doesn't have to be specific to that sign. It's just a journey that has been coming through specifically for that sign. But again, everybody experiences everything. You know, we're actually a full chart of 12 signs. We've got 12 houses. So we're affected by all energies of the zodiac at certain times. But I just associate with that specific sign. But they had this whole thing where it was like they were going down into the underworld, they were confronting the devil or Hades, and they were not literally, metaphorically. So talking about doing deep shadow work, like really going inwards, hermit mode, right? You're the hermit in the tarot. So going deep down into the murky depths of your own inner shadow side, and, you know, really shining a light and looking at the things that you struggle with, stuff from your childhood that you've never really got over or that you've bottled up, facing your demons, facing your fears, facing your inner nightmares, and coming back out of that, or trying to come out of that really strong. The message that came through, it was a specific Capricorn reading, and I don't think I've ever forgot it. It's like somebody was deep in the, even possibly wanting to give up. I'm not going to say the words, but you know what I mean. Like being in such a dark place that they just wanted to give up, like 9 of Wands in reverse energy. And it's like deep down there in that darkness, they saw a light. I think it came through as like a firefly in that reading. It's like they saw this light in the darkness, and it pulled them out and it pulled them through. And it's like it was this, either this person or this thing that re-sparked this passion inside of them, like relight my fire, right? But then there's this dead end energy. Now it's either stop, you're going too dark, you're going too deep, stop, come back out, come back to the light, or the hand is this, stop, you can't say what you feel inside, you can't, for whatever reason, and I will ask about that, you can't say, you can't talk about your experience, you can't, maybe even you can't talk about the things that are making you hurt in the first place, the things that are making you cold in the first place. You can't talk about your experiences that you had in that dark place. And then you've got this like relighting, right? This relighting, just ordering it by colour. Like it's almost like doing, because this is a child, the eternal child on this card. It's one of my favourite cards. I may read it for you. It's kind of sad and happy at the same time. But I'm seeing it today as like feeling lit up inside, feeling like colour comes back to the life, feeling like there's vibrancy, there's a reason to get out of bed in the morning, there's a reason to go to work, there's a reason to exist. And it's sparked by perhaps something again from your childhood that you've got a lot of nostalgia for, or like a revival of a childhood dream. Let's read it. Let's read the eternal child, because I like to focus on the light, you know. Look at the light above here on his head, and then here in his stomach. His, she, he, they, however it resonates, right? It could be talking about you, I could be talking about somebody that you're connected to. The eternal child, the inner child, the child of joy. The eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless, and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to nix all the rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. That's the kind of energy that I was picking up on you. Like, going beyond what others say you can do. Because it's like this silencing, right? And it's like you want to go beyond that. You want to push through that. You want to push through the dead end. I'm hearing and go where no man has ever gone before. I'm hearing challenge authority. I've got a lot of like stomach chakra stuff going here. Like I'm feeling quite sick. It's like nerves. Wants to nix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with plenty of friends to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want to sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible and what is magical about this precious life. This archetype is so spirited that when its appetite for life isn't satiated, it seeks spirits and substances elsewhere. The eternal child struggles with addictions of all varieties. Celebrity culture is based heavily on this archetype, as is the phrase "live hard and die young." Live hard and die young, and the series of artists and musicians who died at 27. So like what, Brittany Murphy, Kurt Cobain, maybe, like River Phoenix in that club, I don't know. When light, joyful, playful, accepts all and magic. When dark, addicted, selfish, adrift and burns out. Go deeper, Icarus, Peter Pan, Rumi says anyone see the boy. So what I'm kind of getting is because you're being, it feels like stifled, a dream or a passion is being stifled. It's almost like trapping you in that dark place because you're not allowing your eternal child to shine. You're not allowing that free spirit to come out and radiate. So being controlled, being suppressed, not being able to go for the thing that speaks to your heart or to your passion, maybe trapping you, or because when people get down, when they get sad, they self-medicate, right? So you could be falling onto dependencies, unhealthy habits as a way of coping. That explains, I mean, it explains, doesn't it, why we had the dolphin, like the dolphin here, and what was the other one, the raccoon, like being in the dark, but wanting to get here, wanting the happiness, wanting the freedom, like free spirit. Maybe that's a problem, you're getting too many free spirits, you know, when you go out on a night out, free bar and that stuff. It's like you take advantage, I don't know. Anything else, please? Any other energies that want to come through here for this reading? Hawk. Buffalo. Oh, I love the buffalo. Starfish. Yeah, somebody could be in the spotlight. Maybe have a lot of eyes on them, which is the reason why they can't do what they want to do. But I'm getting this controlling, like Hierophant energy, Emperor energy. Buffalo. The buffalo perseveres, the buffalo sustains. The buffalo is that Nine of Wands energy that I was talking about, but in the upright, where they persevere. You know, they pick themselves up, they keep going. They learn to jump over the waves that crash towards them. Very, very spiritual, very knowing, very strong card. Let me get the book for that one. So I am happy to see this here. This is not giving up. This is persevering, this is sustaining. And you know what? It's whatever you need to do, right? Whatever you need to do to survive to the next day. I feel like I felt this coming for you, Virgo. You were getting these readings, a couple of readings back, about all work and no play. It's like you were working too hard and you weren't having any fun. And then I've been feeling this kind of like this build up of like needing to have a blowout. So maybe some of you, we've just passed Virgo season. Happy birthday, Virgos. Have a great year. Where I think maybe some of you went out for your birthdays. Maybe some of you had like a proper like went on a proper bender, you know? And maybe feeling it, and also feeling your age. You know, I was talking about this with a Virgo actually in work yesterday, where we were talking about how I drank and had those kind of nights when I was too young, and I think I learned very quickly from that, so I'm quite sensible now. I don't like having too many drinks. I don't like feeling sick. I don't like feeling ill the next day. It's like when you're a kid, you get over it so quickly. And as you get older, it takes longer for your body to recover. And I just can't do it anymore. So, yeah, it's like maybe feeling your age, feeling like you've got to start taking care of your health. You're a very health-focused sign, Virgo. So yeah, perhaps nurturing your body a little bit more. And this is a thing as well, you know, if you've been mistreating your body a little bit, if you've been stressed, overworking, stressed, not having enough fun, you know, falling back on things like alcohol, um, alcohol and other substances, they do affect the chemical makeup of your body. Alcohol, actually, I used to drink too much, so this is my own little wake-up calls. Regularly drinking alcohol, it can actually block, and we're talking about this blockage, right? It can block like receptors and the things in your brain, so it can actually starve your brain of the nutrients it needs. It can stop you from being able to, because your brain's not getting the nutrients it needs, it's your brain's been starved of like the ability to cope properly with what life throws at it. So there's this negative pattern of behavior that happens when you drink too much, where, I mean, it may not be alcohol for you, okay, it may be something else, you know, some other quick fix, right, to make you feel better, to keep you going. So for those of you who may need to hear it, when you're regularly drinking, it's going to mentally make you less capable, because your brain isn't as healthy as it could be. You're mentally less capable of dealing with the waves that life throws at you, with dealing with the problems that come up. You actually, alcohol does have a link with depression, because life gets overwhelming, because your brain isn't healthy enough to deal with it. So there's this horrible cycle of, I'm struggling to cope, so I'm going to self-medicate. I'm self-medicating, so therefore I don't have the ability to cope as well as I should be able to. Therefore I'm not coping so well, therefore I'm drinking, therefore. So it doesn't have to be alcohol, but there could be something for you where that self-medicating is what's causing you to stay in the low mood, where actually there's some kind of blockage for you. Now again, it could be like a receptor in the brain because of choices that you're making. It may be outside of you, it may be some kind of societal norm that's been imposed upon you. But I'm just checking I'm still recording, there's a blockage, there's this thing that you need to push through. So for some of you, you have to do what I did and be like, no, I need to stop drinking. And again, that's what my Virgo friend was saying. They were like, I'm not drinking for a year. And again, I made the conscious decision. I was like, I'm just going to stop drinking. And now I haven't gone completely teetotal. I still do drink from time to time, but I've gone from drinking, 5-6 nights a week, not excessively, but having a drink, to maybe a couple of times a month. So that is a huge reduction, and I've got more money and I feel healthier, and I can definitely have that sense of mentally being able to cope better. Mentally, I've gone from being here to being here most of the time, not all of the time, every now and again I have a dark day, but I'm more here than I am here, despite having a lot of challenges coming at me this year. So somebody needed to hear that. I'm sorry if I've given you a speech and you didn't need to hear that. Again, it may not be alcohol, it may be something else, it may be a behaviour pattern that you do. You may run away from your problems instead of dealing with them. You may, just get home and have a cup of coffee and stick the telly on and switch your brain off and not actually do the things that you need to do to have a better day the next day. You don't put the laundry through, so then you've got no clothes when you get up in the morning and you're like, oh. So how can you help future you? How can you help yourself tomorrow or next week or next month? What can you do now to help yourself in the future? Right, Buffalo. Grounded yet heavenly. I'm trying to help, Virgo. I really am. Grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. That sounds very Virgo. And again, it is an earth sign here. Grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise towards heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, trusting, pure presence. When out of balance, restless, lacks gratitude. Bring into balance prayer or bhakti, B-H-A-K-T-I. So this is saying, the universe will only give you what you can handle. You can handle the challenges that the universe is putting in front of you at this time, the obstacles. You've got everything you need to be able to face these challenges head on, one step at a time. Virgo, you are a very analytical sign. It's funny because I get a lot of swords energy for you, even though you're an earth sign. So you do tend to overanalyze quite a lot, which again, I think is when those doubts and fears step in that I was talking about at the beginning of the reading. It's like you want to do something, you're determined to do something, but oh no, there's that niggle. I've overthought, I've got stuck in my own head, so therefore I'm not going to do anything. This is saying, just take it one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. And again, what can you do to help yourself tomorrow? Put the laundry through. What can you do to help yourself next week? Pay that bill. You know, do the things that you're putting off, or, you know, whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, do one small thing towards that. You know, if you have an interview, buy a new tie if you feel like you need that. What can you do? What can you do? So you can't do everything today. You can't just click your fingers like Thanos and like, boom, you know, everything is how I want it to be. You have to do the steps. And the steps sometimes mean starting with the baby steps. So what can you do? Don't think about, oh God, I've got all this to do. I'm overwhelmed. I can't do all this. What can you do? And even if that's just a small thing, even if that is just sticking the kettle on, getting out of bed and sticking the kettle on, great, you've done it, you've took a step. All right, okay. I also want to know, what is this gates of the mouth energy? What is this blockage? What is this silencing? What is that energy? What's doing the silencing? What's doing the blocking? Camel and wolf. Earth sign, S sign, fire sign, earth sign, fire sign, unicorn. I associate the wolf with your energy. Again, because, you know, you can sometimes be a bit of a natural leader, but you don't like necessarily to leave. You have got a little bit of that alpha energy, but you're also, I think, more comfortable being part of a team, being part of a family, being part of a group. It's very Virgo energy. All the Virgos I know, it's like they don't want to go for that leadership position, or they do want to go for it, but like they don't. It's like they don't feel. When I think of all the, I've got a lot of Virgos that have been in my life. For some reason, me and Virgo energy, we work well together. It's like they say there's some kind of project or you know, something going on with work and they're part of a team. They naturally work really, really well with others. People look to them for guidance. They know what they're doing. They're very, very skilled at what they're doing. They're very knowledgeable. So they're almost like this naturally they're the leader of the group. Naturally they become the alpha without even trying. Just because they're so on it, they know what they're doing. You know, they're good at guiding others. People come to them for advice. But they like that. They like being in that family energy. So when they, you know, perhaps get promoted, or there's an opportunity for like a supervisor position, there's this thing where they don't want it, or they don't take it, or they feel like it's not them. It's so funny. It's like, no, I want to be the alpha, but I want to be the alpha of the pack. I don't want to be the lone wolf alpha who's like not part of the pack anymore. It's like this very social energy that I think often gets overlooked by people when they talk about Virgo energy. You like your own space, but you also very, very good at social things, very charming. You know, again, you're ruled by Mercury, the same planet that rules Gemini, so I believe. So you can be such a charmer, you know, working really well in a group. The camel holds water. So for me, the camel is storing up emotions, holding emotions in, bottling things up. So I think it's you. I think you're the one stopping yourself from speaking. You're the one stopping yourself from going for what you want to go for, because you're afraid of what the pack will say. You're afraid of what the group will say. So you're bottling it up. You're bottling it up, but it's keeping you in this. You're not happy. You're not happy because you're trying to please everybody else, which is Virgo. That's Virgo being Virgo. I think the people who love you want you to please yourself and make yourself happy. You deserve to be happy. You had hungry like the wolf as well. Like when I was getting ready to do your reading and I had Spotify on, Hungry Like the Wolf played. You're howling and whining. You're howling and whining, Virgo, because you want something and you can't. You're stopping yourself from having it. What do you want? Whoa. Yeah, somebody's cut you right. Daughter of Wands. You want to experience your passions. You want to learn about. You want to investigate the things that make you feel passionate more. The daughter is the page, so it's experiment. The pages are students. They're experimenting. They're learning. They've got a lot of growth there. A lot of potential. So they're discovering. So I feel like you're discovering a part of yourself to do with your inner passion, the things that make you feel fired up, the things that make you feel, you know, like your wild side, or your, yeah, it feels like your wild side. Real wild child they're giving me now, where it's like, I want to do the thing. I feel fired up. It feels good. I feel pulled towards it. I want to go and investigate that and see what it is and how does it make me feel. Do I really want that thing? Does Virgo really want that thing? Justice has been coming through in a few different readings for me this week. Again, in Cappy's reading, about a choice or a confusion. Is this right for me? Is this right or is this wrong? It's Libra energy again. Is this right or is this wrong? Is this good? Is this bad? Is this an angel? Is this a devil? Who's telling me to do this? The angel on my shoulder or the devil on my shoulder? But you have that, this and that are true. And there's a uniting here on this card. You can see the black cat and the white cat. The white cat for me symbolizing our human everyday persona, our better nature, the mask that we wear, that we show to the world, trying to be a good person, trying to follow the rules, the angel on our shoulder, and the black cat, which is the devil on our shoulder, the wild, impulsive part of our nature, the thing that tells us to break the rules, the problems that we have, the shadow side, the dark side of the self, you know, the impulses, the thoughts that we have, the feelings that we have, that we say that's not right, I shouldn't feel that way. But you can see here, actually, the white is on the black side and the black is on the white side. So there's this flipping of what is right and what is wrong. And actually what's happening here, the cat's tails are intertwining. So the message here, with it being a Libra energy, the Justice card, the scales, is you have to have the balance. You have to have you have to be both good and bad in equal measure. Nobody's a perfect angel. Nobody is a true devil. We're all a mix of light and shadow. So how do you balance that, and how do you make it so that you're not suppressing the shadow so much that it makes you miserable, or you know, being holier than thou, again making yourself miserable? You've got to have the balance, because it's making you miserable. Not having the balance is making you miserable. And that's why you need to experience this and taste it and figure it out. Of course, like the Justice card has a sense of legalities as well, like things that are legal and things that are not legal. I would say that if something is not legal, it's probably not legal for a reason. You know, I'm just going to say the Daughter of Wands is young. Normally it can mean a child. So obviously when we're talking about children, like, I'm going to say there's laws there for a reason, right? I don't think it's that. I just want to say, as a kind of disclaimer, stay within the boundaries of the law, or you're going to face the law. Somebody could have a lot of, there could be something here contractually or legal that is stopping this person from doing what they want to do. So it could be, I work at a certain place, therefore I can't do these things because it will look bad on social media and it will reflect badly on the company. Therefore, I'm legally bound to not be able to do that thing that I want to do. It could say that if you do what you want to do, you may face legalities. So you've got a choice to make. But where you are, you're not happy. The heartache. Yeah, there's something to do with, like, no, it could be your home, your stability. This is like money or possessions or a job or a skill, something that you share with other people here. It normally talks about like your house, your community, your business, because you other people are involved, and there's information here. There's information being communicated or action being taken in regards to a Ten of Pentacles situation, and there is heartache involved. So tell me more about that Justice card. What's happening there? Missed opportunities. Not able to manifest something and missed opportunities. Are these energies being split apart? Mother of Pentacles. Somebody could be getting divorced or getting out of some kind of work contract. There could be something to do with children again, and who gets custody of a child. Because there's been a separation. Mother of Pentacles is boss, mother, wife, somebody who, she would be in a Ten of Pentacles situation because she's typically Capricorn again, but it could easily be you, Virgo. This person tends to be very, very nurturing. It says mother. It doesn't have to be a mother. It can be she, he, they. It's more the energy of the card because it's somebody who nurtures, somebody who gives, somebody who provides, somebody who's very skilled at what they do, somebody who is responsible. They build things up. You know, they protect. Really, really nice energy. And the King and Queen of Pentacles are normally partnered or connected in some way to others in the tarot. So normally the Mother of Pentacles would be in a Ten of Pentacles situation because they have shared assets, shared resources, a shared property, a shared business. They're working with other people here. Tell me about the missed opportunity. The Devil in reverse. The Four of Cups is a card about sulking. Oh, look, there's happiness. Ten of Cups. This is shared finances, shared resources. This is shared happiness. You can have both in one situation, or you can have a choice between two. The Four of Cups talks about I've tried a few different things and nothing's worked out, so therefore I'm sulking and I'm not interested in anything else anyone wants to offer me. You know, I'm disappointed with relationships. I'm disappointed with emotions. Therefore, I'm just gonna go for the money. It's a sulking card, but the meaning of that card is you're going to miss out on an Ace of Cups. You're going to miss out on the cup that's right for you, the cup that's divinely guided, the cup that is going to fix all the negative emotions that you had from negative experiences, because this is a positive one. This one's meant for you, and you're going to miss that opportunity because you're sulking. The Devil in reverse. Now, if it was upright, I would say that that's your shadow. You're going to miss out on an opportunity because you're so busy sulking about things that happened in the past. In the reverse, it could be getting out of some addiction, or getting out of some codependent relationship, or beating some kind of addiction, or getting unchained somehow. Capricorn energy again there. Tell me about the Devil in reverse. Why is the Devil in reverse here? Somebody's getting balanced. Somebody's coming out of doing some shadow work. Somebody's getting balanced. There's a transformation here. So it could be that this person went through a period of not taking opportunities because they knew that they had to work on themselves, that they knew that they had to be in the right place to take these opportunities. Tell me about the Magician in reverse. That could be your energy as well. It's Gemini. It's Mercury, so it's Gemini, Virgo. This feels like somebody wasn't able to manifest something because they got stuck in their own head. And there's this division here again, this division that we see with the sword on the Justice card, a connection that's been cut in two. It couldn't come together, or it had to come apart. Somebody's got a lot of conflict in the mind here. And I feel like it's the swords, it's the thoughts that's keeping this person stuck. It's keeping this person unable to have that happiness, because you need all four of the tools of the magician to properly manifest. And if the sword is, it could be that somebody's not communicating as well. The sword's pointing down here. So somebody didn't communicate. Therefore, there was some kind of... Tell me about the Five of Swords. What is that Five of Swords, please? Yeah, somebody's not communicating, somebody's being secretive. There is a transformation here, again with the butterfly and the Judgment card. There is a transformation of somebody coming out of shadow energy, out of the darkness, out of their own negative version of themselves, having a bit of a spiritual makeover and coming out fresh and new and having a second chance at life. But there's a lot of anxiety over this, there's a lot of fear over this, a lot of inner conflict here about, can I really do this, can I really make this happen? Okay. Father of Wands. Somebody's doing a lot of work in terms of their own passions. And this explains why somebody's not speaking. This explains why somebody's holding back or blocking themselves, because the Daughter of Wands, because it's a new childlike energy, and we've got this eternal child here where you just, it's quite impulsive. It's like, that feels good, I'm going to do it. You know, like a kid, like, oh, I can't wait to eat that chocolate, so I'm just going to eat it now. I don't care about waiting until after dinner. It's that impulsive, immediate gratification energy. And again, we'd like talked about addictions, immediate gratification. This self-control, this holding back, it's intentional, because Virgo, I feel like you are doing a lot of learning here about the things that make you passionate, and about self-control, and not doing something for that immediate gratification. Seagulls may be relevant to you, siren, anything that happens in a reading in the environment is part of the reading. You're getting self-control. You're getting self-control. You're coming into Father of Wands energy from Daughter of Wands energy. So learning to hold back, learning. The Daughter of Wands is experimenting, and the Father of Wands is, I have done my experimentation. I know what I want now. I know which things I should resist and which things I need to go for. I'm not going to be ruled by my passions. I'm going to rule my passions and make choices based on those. But I'm going to do it in my own time. I'm going to do it with a lot of maturity. The Father of Wands is a very powerful card. It's also somebody who's very, very magnetic, very attractive, very compelling. Again, it's that person who can walk into a room and be a natural leader, Leo energy. And people have a lot of respect for the Father of Wands, because they have got a lot of self-control. They can take action when action needs to be taken, but it is like a king energy. They do what needs to be done, but they're not going to lose the head. They're not going to blow the temper. They're not going to throw all the responsibilities out of the window because they feel something in the moment. They've made a lot of mistakes normally, the King of Wands, and they've learned from it. I really, really like the King of Wands energy. So that's why you're holding yourself back from something that could make you really, really happy. But you're also holding yourself in a dark space. It could be that you've chosen career, finances, a stable relationship over something that you feel would make you truly happy. But it could be that it could be because you had work to do. It could be because you weren't there yet. You know, because you weren't mature enough. It could be that the universe blocked you as well. It could be that the universe said you can't have that thing yet because you've got shadow work to do. There is shadow work happening majorly in this reading. You've got shadow work to do, and you can't have that happiness until you beat your own demons. And you're beating your own demons. So, brilliant. Really, really good, Virgo. Let's get you... Well, I'm drawn to the Moonology deck. Let's get you a little bit of advice before I close out this reading. Emotions are running high, so watch out for that. Advice then for Virgo, a week on... Sorry, I'm just thinking about some other messages for some other signs. A week on Saturday, next Saturday. Virgo energy, what's your advice, please? What's your advice, please, for this reading? Oh, something's off the table. You've got work through your fears. Again, immediately, I said you've got determination, you've got resilience, there's something you want to do, but you've got this like nagging doubt, this devil on your shoulder that says, are you sure? Work through your fears. I feel really sick again. You're definitely scared or nervous. Your commitment is being tested. Your commitment is being tested. Your commitment to your own self-development, your own self-control is being tested. It could be that you were a bit of a player in the past even as well. It could be like sexually, you know, maybe you were in a committed relationship and you know, something felt good in the moment. Maybe you'd had a few drinks and you went for things that you perhaps realize were a threat to your stability, where now it's like you're going to a place where you really know what you want because you're defeating your own demons. So this is not the king. The Father of Wands in the upright is not a player. They know exactly what they want and they go for it and they're sure about it. The Father of Wands is less likely to make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, but they've learned from their mistakes. I like the Father of Wands a lot. Not a player. May have been a player in the past, not a player now. In the reverse, it'd be quite the opposite. But no, there's look, Ten of Swords, there's an end to that. Somebody's learned a painful lesson here. Somebody learned a really tough lesson, but it's got them into or it's getting them into a really good place. I'm just noticing as well the colours. I'd say the aura that I read on somebody was more like this, like the sparkly kind of cyan, the lighter blue of like the ocean, the sunlight on the ocean, but you've got this kind of like sparkly, like purpley navy blue energy, which is interesting. Could be something to that. Your commitment is being tested. And commitments mean a lot of different things. It could be a commitment to a partner, a wife, a husband, a long-term relationship, commitment to a business, commitment to a project. It can also mean, I'm just checking the time, it can also mean a commitment to yourself, a promise that you've made to yourself to perhaps defeat your own inner demons, right? Your commitment is being tested. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe's way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. King of Wands has a lot of confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. See how it works. Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? So that's what I was saying. Do you remember me saying about feeling overwhelmed and then not doing anything? You had something about procrastination in your last reading too. It's like if you want something, believe it's possible and go for it and take those steps. It almost feels like the racehorse that's stood in the gate. The gates are open, all the other horses have gone, but this racehorse is just stood there because it's like, oh, well, I wouldn't win now anyway. It sort of makes me think of sometimes when I'm playing a computer game called Need for Speed, which is a car racing game. Sometimes you have a really, really bad start and you think, oh, I'm not going to win this race. But you think, I'm just going to do it anyway. And then it's like other people make mistakes, or, you know, you have this moment of like really being in the zone and then you win the race. And it's like, if I hadn't have gone for it, I wouldn't have won the race. If I'd have talked myself out of it at the start line, I wouldn't have had this accomplishment. So it's learning to persevere. It's learning to keep moving forward, even when you think the odds are stacked up against you, because you want it. So I want to see in your next reading, Virgo, I want to see in your next reading that my tummy's rumbling. I should probably eat some more breakfast. I want to see that Magician in the upright. It's your energy. You're a powerful manifester. You can make your dreams come true, or you can give it a damn good shot. But if you don't give it a shot, then you've already failed, right? Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. What do you believe to be true? What you believe to be true is true for you. So believe in yourself. Again, this thing about truth and lies, right and wrong. We own our own truth. We own our own story. You may want to go and watch that reading that I did about who do you think you are, because that had a similar message. I am committed to my dreams and I move towards them with confidence. The answer to your question is yes, but not yet. You're halfway to your goal. You still need to put in a bit more effort. Sometimes we just need to realize how much we want something. You need to recommit to something or to someone. All right, I hope that was helpful to you, Virgo. Should I grab you some random words? Should I get you some random words? I'm just going to get a handful. We'll see what we get. Random words for Virgo then, please. Random words for Virgo. Okay, we've got not. I'm going to put that on the devil. Not you. Not today, Satan. Not woman, love. So, a woman in love, I am a woman in love. Men, woman, men, love. Maybe something about gender, who you're attracted to. Or there could be a woman in and a man in love. It says men though. Ooh. Said, throb. I like that one. Throb. Soak. Small. Household. Someone may have a small household, small house, small family. Not a lot of finances. Sore petal. Okay, watch out for petals. I get it a lot of the time with feathers. If I see feathers, depending on the feather, the colour of the feather, the size and condition of the feather, it can tell me something about what I'm thinking about. I get a lot of confirmation from the universe through feathers. That's a symbology that works for me. Somebody may see flowers or petals. So the flower that the petal came from may mean a certain thing. So I was just again playing that computer game where you know, sunflowers were somebody's favourite flower, and there was something like forget-me-nots or something that meant sorry. So what does that flower mean to you? It doesn't matter. I mean, you can look up the meaning of the flower, but it's what it means to you that's important. So if it's a red rose, it may mean romantic love. If it's a yellow rose, it may mean friendship. I don't know. You need to make your own system, but flowers and petals could be particularly symbolic for you. What does that tell you? What are you thinking about when you see it? What does that mean to you? So watch out for petals for a while. Lake, especially around a lake. Perhaps you live near a lake. Perhaps you've been to a lake recently. Perhaps you've had a soak in a lake. Tell. Have you seen something near a lake and you need to tell someone about it? Did you have an experience near a lake and you need to tell someone about it? Are. And. ES could be someone's initials. I. Somebody may have really nice eyes. Man. Kind of want to put, I mean, you know, I'm not saying, you know, you love who you love. If you want to love multiple men, you love multiple men. Or, you know, I'm just going to put that together because I'm a Libra, okay? Sometimes I'm quite traditional. My Virgo rising, and I'm like Virgo Leo cusp rising. And you know what, sometimes you just want to find that one. Boy, somebody may be, again, we've kind of gone from maturity here, child to adult energy. So somebody may be learning about love. D, somebody may have the initial D or P. Flip it around as well there. Whichever way around, you know. Ing, A, somebody may have the initial A. Okay, so I hope that was helpful to you, Virgo. Do take care. And I'm seeing tread carefully, Virgo. If you can't be good, be careful, right? If you need to go and blow off some steam, go and do it. Go and explore your wild side, but if you can't be good, be careful. Do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.